Imagine being rejected 100 times, only to discover you're destined to have 100 soulmates. Welcome to Rentarou's world, where love isn't just in the air, it's basically a nuclear bomb. We open with our boy Rentarou shooting his shot at his crush and getting absolutely obliterated. You're an ugly, disgusting loser. The thought of dating you makes me want to puke. But wait, that's not just any rejection. That was number 100. Rentarou's been taking L's since he was 8 months old. Legendary consistency, honestly. Desperate beyond salvation, Rentarou throws Hail Marys to every god imaginable, even the ones who probably ghosted him already. Suddenly, boom, a god bald enough to make Saitama look like he has a perm teleports in, looking so freaky that even desperation packs its bags and leaves Rentarou's soul. The god drops the bombshell. Not only will Rentarou find his soulmate in high school, he's getting 100 soulmates.
It should have been me, not him! It's not fair!
Fast forward to the first day of high school. Rentarou barely steps onto campus and bam, he collides with not one, but 2 walking rom-com protagonists. First up, Hikari Hanazono, a pink-haired menace, fakes a twisted ankle faster than you can say rom-com cliche. Not to be outdone, Karani Inda rage screams her way into pulling the same trick. Our boy starts beating himself up thinking he broke them. They hear a rumor, a 4-leaf clover guarantees your crush falls for you. They immediately sprint off like Olympic athletes. 6 hours later, these girls are still crawling across the grass like love, thirsty Pokemon. Now that's dedication. Rentarou, being the cinnamon roll he is, offers them drinks. Karane, caught red-handed, tsundere, denies she's been hunting leaves for 6 hours. When Rentarou offers her a drink, she turns redder than a lobster in a microwave and runs off. Enter Hikari, and she's plotting. She tries to get an indirect kiss by claiming the can is too big. Rentarou, absolute giga-chad, whips out a smaller can from his bag. Hikari.exe stopped working. She counters with math. Somehow Rentarou folds, takes a sip. Just when Hikari's plan is about to succeed, she drops the can. Hikari finally says screw it and confesses directly. Rentarou feels like he can die Q happy man. But wait, Karani bursts in, confesses too. By screaming at him and threatening his entire bloodline, Rentarou is fighting for his life. 2 girls, 2 confessions, 0 brain cells left. His master plan? Run. He flees back to the temple, hoping for guidance, only to find out, if he doesn't date all 100 soulmates, they'll literally die. Big brain Rentarou thinks, maybe I can secretly date both at once. Immediately disappoints himself for even thinking that. Next day, our man shows up looking like he just lost a war against insomnia. But instead of lying, he mans up. Straight up asks both Hikari and Karani to date him at the same time. Karane obviously rejects it, until Rentarou pulls out 2 4-leaf clover he spent all night finding. Hikari, always the sly fox, agrees immediately. Seeing Hikari's move, Karane folds like a cheap deck chair. And just like that, Rentarou's harem adventure begins. The next day, our boy Rentarou recaps the entire first episode to a poll. And the poll, it's sweating bullets. Bro really trying to steal my job. Then boom, Hikari and Karane show up. Karane sees him deep in convo with a metal stick and asks what's up. Rentarou hits her with, I gotta talk about my first girlfriends. She blushes, considers offering to talk, but in classic tsundere mode, she karate chops his pressure points instead.
Fight for my life!
Hikari, ever the sly fox, grabs his hand like it's a limited time offer. Rentarou exe has stopped working. Not wanting Karani to feel left out, he grabs her hand too. She responds with a threat of electrocution. Casual. Now they're all walking to school like nothing happened, mumbling about the weather while some poor old lady looks on like, did I miss a whole anime arc? They finally arrive at school, only to witness pure, unfiltered horror, the demon vice principal chasing down a student. And then, French kissing him like her life depends on it. Viewer discretion advised. Karani, completely unfazed, drops the lore. If you run in the hallway, she hunts you down and kisses you. Not detention, not a warning, a full-on lips-first, traumatic smooch. Bro just unlocked a core memory, and not the good kind. And just when you think it can't get worse, look at her. Nightmare fuel. Rooftop romance time. Hikari comes in hot, whipping out a S-tier lunch and feeding it to Rentarou like she's won MasterChef Girlfriend Edition. Rentarou takes one bite and flatlines, the best in the galaxy. Karani, not about to lose, pulls out some biscuits. T, they're not for you or anything, then proceeds to jab him in the eye trying to feed him. He still eats it, still cries, the best in the galaxy. Bro's got loyalty, not taste buds. Then it gets diabolical. Hikari pulls out some Pocky and secretly cut off the holding ends. She gives Rentarou the old close your eyes and shoves one end in her mouth, the other in his. She starts inching closer like a pink-haired predator. Karani, not on my watch, stabs a full Pocky stick into his other eye. Rentarou sneezes from her scent, plan foiled. Karani now, you've got a cold, right? Let me help. Leans in for kiss. Hikari retaliates with big boob barrage. Stunned, tries the exact same move as Karani. Karani, oh hell no. She tackles Rentarou, straddles him, and starts strangling him to death. Hikari activates ultimate boob attack. Rentarou realizes both girls are plotting to snatch his first kiss. But little do they know, my boy came prepared. Turns out, Rentarou spent the whole night cooking up the most over-engineered kiss protection system in history. Here's the plan. They all put on blindfolds and MP4 players like they're entering some kind of love-themed stealth mission. Rentarou rolls a die. If it's even, he turns right. If it's odd, he turns left. Hikari and Karani also roll to decide their positions. Then, bam, Rentarou kisses both of them back to back, and no one knows who got kissed first. And his genius anti-cheating mechanism? A pinky promise. Yep, an ancient, sacred pinky promise. And it actually works. Honestly, this feels more like a Final Fantasy side quest than a first kiss. The plan begins. Rentarou throws the die, even. He confidently steps left, reaches for the shoulder, and grabs something squishier than expected. Yep, boobs. And he instantly knows it's Hikari, because let's be real, Karane's as flat as an economy class boarding pass. Hikari, never one to miss an opportunity, tells him to go a little further. But Rentarou, being the true Sigma strategist he is, retreats with honor. They reset. He rolls again. This time, right, he inches forward. But fate has other plans. A rooftop cat, yes, a cat, spots Karane's panties from above and mistakes them for a cat toy. Horny little beast. It pounces. Karine, thinking it's Rentarou trying something freaky, unleashes a full-on tsundere combo. Direct hit to the nuts, followed by a Luffy-style Gatling barrage. Only after Rentarou's soul leaves his body does she realize it was the damn cat. As the plan falls apart, Hikari and Karani start brawling like WWE divas, and Rentarou, blaming himself for everything, runs off like a tragic anime protagonist. Rentarou runs, heartbroken and nuts crushed. But he's not out of tricks. His master plan? Call in the demon vice principal. She appears like a summon from hell, lips puckered, tongue already doing Orochimaru warm-ups. Rentarou bolts, but she's too fast. She goes in for the kill when Karane dives in and saves him at the last second. Hikari, watching from the window, unleashes the scream of truth, exposing the demon for the smooch predator she is. The vice principal hisses, realizes she's been caught, and says screw it. She spots the same poor student from earlier. Rest in peace, my guy. You died for hallway sins you didn't even commit. Rentarou has a revelation. Why overcomplicate things when he could just suggest a three-way kiss? The only reason he didn't do it earlier? He thought the girls wouldn't go for it. But now that Karani and Hikari seem to be vibing like frenemies with benefits, he shoots his shot. Lean in and boom, a synchronized three-way kiss. The universe couldn't handle it. A literal UFO shows up in the background. The next day, Rentarou's chilling in the library, probably looking for a book on how to survive having too many girlfriends. He reaches for a book. Another hand reaches at the same time. He looks down, and it hits him. ZZT, that familiar electric shock. He just locked eyes with a brand new girl. Just like that, soulmate number 3 has entered the arena. She calmly steps aside, letting him take the book, a true silent signal. He offers it to her instead, but she flips the script by pointing at a line in the book. Turns out, she's the librarian. She then points to another sentence, asking why he's there. Rentaro suddenly transforms into a full-on mime.
Yes, can. Shoving, pushing.
He's trying to say, I'm looking for a rom-com, something funny. She responds by pointing again, asking why he's not speaking. Rentaro hits her with a smug, right back at you. She points once more, explaining she finds talking to him difficult. Hence her silent style and deep dive into books. And yes, she keeps talking by pointing at sentences. This girl is literally speaking in subtitles. She offers to get someone else to help, turning to leave. But Rentaro stops her. He insists she help him. He explains what he's looking for, and for the first time, her face lights up. She dashes off and returns with enough rom-coms to build a small fortress. Rentaro tries to check out the entire mountain of books, but no. The system says no. She blushes and carefully picks out just one, offering it to him like it's a precious treasure. He thanks her warmly. Before leaving, he asks her name. She simply pulls out her student ID. They're in the same class? Plot twist unlocked. Back at home, Rentaro cracks open the book Shizuka gave him. Boom, he's instantly hooked. A binge session ensues. One night, one book, 0 regrets. The next morning at school, he spots her and casually greets her with a good morning, then drops the bomb. He read the entire book in a single night. He glances down, notices she's holding another one. Is that volume 2? She blushes so hard her face turns into a tomato. She silently hands him the next volume like she's passing over her heart. Feeling like he owes her, Rentaro tells her to follow him. Next thing you know, they're sharing drinks outside like it's a manga date route. He starts nerding out, passionately ranting about the book. She reveals it's her favorite too. She's carried it around since forever and memorized every word. Rentaro is impressed. She humbly replies, I'm not worthy. It just came naturally. Turns out, being quiet, shy, and friendless her whole life made books her escape. Hey, that sounds like you guys. She thanks him for not shunning her. He asks to borrow volume 1 again, and she happily lends it. Later, another librarian notices Shizuka smiling. She starts babbling nonsense, trying to hide it. As she wanders the library aisles, she thinks back on her first meeting with Rentaro. You can tell, it meant everything. A few days later, she sees Rentarou with Hikari and Kurani. He mentions staying up late, and their brains go straight to the gutter. Hikari kisses him on the cheek. Kurani tries too, but headbutts him instead. Classic. Shizuka watches from afar. She's heartbroken. She remembers being bullied for never speaking. Poor girl doesn't know she's about to get recruited to the Rentarou girlfriend army. Later, Rentarou visits her again. He tells her to install an app on her phone. She does. He says open it. It's the entire first volume of her favorite book, turned into a text-to-speech app. He typed every single word in by hand, all for her. So now, she can tap any sentence, and it'll speak out loud for her. No more having to point to books, no more walls between her and the world. She tears up, and using the app, confesses her love to him through the voice. She cries, saying she doesn't expect anything in return since he already has girlfriends. Rentarou doesn't even blink. He confesses right back. She says they can't be together, but he drops the corniest, most beautiful line in anime history. If fate's walls separate us, we need only to break it down. They hug, emotions overflow. Shizuka unlocked. Girlfriend number 3 has entered the battlefield. Later that night, Rentarou calls for a council meeting. He asks Hikari and Kurani for permission to date Shizuka. Kurani spirals into chaos. Hikari tears up, but Rentarou reassures them. His love for them hasn't changed. No, it's only grown. Kurani asks, can you really love all of us equally? Yes, and if I can't, I'll end my life. Both girls freak out and scream, okay, we agree. And just like that, Shizuka is now officially girlfriend number 3. But wait, what happens when girlfriend number 4 enters the chat? With only 97 girlfriends to go, what kind of chaos will unfold when the harem gets even bigger? You better like and subscribe before I recap your failure next.